other, actually every other LCS player this split, none have been able to get it, I believe. The Lucian Twisted Fate throwdown. This, no matter where Lucian goes,
it's exciting.
Exactly, it's exciting. Either it's a Lucian Nami bottom lane, and it's a very aggressive kill lane, or it's a Lucian solo lane top side, in which case it's also very aggressive. Either way, Twisted Fate loves to teleport to Lucian lanes to get kills for this champion. So in game number 3, Cloud9 are not going to divert, and they're not going to back down to a front-to-back, you know, work tank for tank, frontline type of stuff, marching forward. They're going for aggressive, split, teleport Twisted Fate, side lanes pushing type of strategy. And so from Evil Geniuses, they see that 1-2 pick from Cloud9 says everything that you need to know in a draft, and they already are like, well, great. We will get, again, our map movement combo of Rise plus Nocturne, Realm Warp, and Paranoia. Two of the best at picking off if you're trying to play aggressive split sides of the map. And so, EG, once again, they've already successfully used this, so it's going to be about execution. Cloud9 double down, they get that Nami, so it's the bottom side of the map. That's going to be incredibly aggressive. They could still do a tank top side for Summit, but from what we've seen, that data says it is very, very unlikely.
And Cloud9 going to go one step further in the process. Do pick up the Nami in phase 1, but just cannot go ahead and ban Ornn away. But, you know, Impact at least play another tank in the top lane.
Pastry, it has taken over 3 weeks, and yet finally we see Ornn banned, the Forge Master banned. I will say there are plenty of other tanks you can play behind it. Scion, Malphite, those types of things are still very, very good tools if you want to commit to that style. I don't think that they will or have to from the side of EG. Definitely a lot of options still open. They're going to target jungle as Blabber has still not been able to lock in a pick. And for Nocturne actually doesn't have a lot of bad matchups. Some of the ones that can be annoying are some of the early game stomp champs that can interrupt his early clear and can affect the lanes. And so taking out the Volley Bear is pretty good. You don't have to ban Rek'Sai because, funnily enough, Nocturne actually directly hard counters Rek'Sai with your spell shield, and Rek'Sai having to open up combat patterns with Unburrow means that even though it's an early game champ and would like to stomp the Nocturne, does not get to because spell shield will completely negate the entire kit and your combat pattern. So they go for the Jarvan instead. Is going to be that early game possibility of setup, but man, again, Cloud9 are putting themselves into a position where they have to play early game well, and they have to snowball, and they cannot make mistakes and give up any gold to the side of EG. They do have fairly narrow win conditions. If you win with a team like this for Cloud9, though, it does look like a roll. It looks like a stomp because it is effective snowball early. The Nocturne is probably going to be the biggest hurdle that they have to overcome, and EG will pick another tank for top side. It is the Gragas instead of either the other two that we mentioned, but definitely expect Impact to build that way. Let's see, the final counter pick once again for Cloud9. They shout out the Ice Chicken. Love it. Froggen shouts out as well.
There's Gwen.
Well, it does give them some scaling outs for later for side lane. It gives you some 1v9 outs. Gwen is actually very good against Zeri because of the range and because of the W. It's very, very easy to manipulate it and deal with that one. I'm still up in the air on it. I feel like it does give them a decent amount of outs, gives them more AP damage as well to take some of the burden off of Berserker. You know, even though you're double AP solo lanes, Twisted Fate is mostly for the pick and setup, and it does give you another lane to threaten. Twisted Fate doesn't have to go bottom. Jarvan Twisted Fate can threaten both sides of the matchup. So Blabber and Fudge have one of the biggest goals of Cloud9 of this comp, and it is success.
And we're back, EG on the precipice of pushing themselves into top 3, into finals weekend. This could be our last game of spring 2022, Kobe, in LA. But I would love to see some more League of Legends today. We'll see if Cloud9 with a very aggressive comp can get it done.
And they have to. Every game from here on out, is a split elimination game for Cloud9. Spring Split, which is traditionally the split of Cloud9, their success, their biggest successes. And yet they are going to have to pull out all the stops now. Harden the mental, focus on this game one at a time. They have done it before. The history of this team, of this organization, even in the face of this young NA talent, of these heathens, they're gonna have to pull out all the stops. Cloud9, famous for making gauntlet runs, for making all of these unexpected successes in the face of doubt. And they're gonna have to do it 3 times in a row here versus Evil Geniuses.
Summit once again is getting some info. Just trying to be a nuisance. It's gonna poke Impact here a little bit, but just gonna go to the lane now and make sure to join the wave in time. And Spired's gonna be A-OK. Curious where the jungle pressure is going for Blabber. Obviously Cloud9 drafted a lot more early game for themselves this time around. Jojo is gonna eat a gank very early on, but that's a very nicely placed ward.
Jarvan, Twisted Fate, again, it is the crux of this team. They are not the ones that are going to carry late. They're the ones that are going to get this team comp their early game advantages and snowball them and get them to their win conditions for this series, for this match. So the early level 2 attempt from Blabber, not a surprise. Not a surprise to us, but also not a surprise to Jojo. Having warded out on that side, he saw it, they swept it, doesn't matter. And Summit, once again, this is why he keeps going for the level 1s to track Inspired. He knows Inspired is pathing away from him, so he goes for the aggressive trades, chasing down on Impact. He's Gwen with the Conquerors, trying to stack it up. Does get his lane push and his harassment done.
Yeah, Impact, though, no stranger to Summit's Gwen, is navigating pretty nicely, even though Gwen will obviously have the early levels here up against the tank Gragas, and that's a lot of damage.
And the goal of it for Summit is to whittle down on your resources so that he can get his recall off. Because you can see Cookie and extra potion in the inventory here of Impact. He's trying to make Impact drink all of them. Whittle on through them, snip on through them, constantly keep up the pressure so that then Summit gets first move. And first move for top lane is actually very powerful. You can either get off your early base, or you can also return with deeper vision. Blabber, though, with the fight over the crab.
Yeah, Battle Crab, good smite from Blabber, does secure it.
Crabber number 1 down. Let's see about Crabber number 2. Blabber immediately transitioning back up to that top side of the map. Swing and a whiff.
Perfect timing there for Summit. Takes the early recall, TP's back, wants to keep the tempo up nice and high. And Impact just going to try and get the wave in and see if he can't do the same thing.
And these are the benefits of the style that Summit went for. You work through first all the consumables of your opponent, then get off your quick recall, teleport back, and try and force the same out of him. But Impact, he's still got an extra cookie, so he's actually got enough sustain to finish off the push here. Meanwhile, Summit picked up the refillable potion, so he's going to try to be more efficient upon his returns. And wants to try and push in the wave so that he can get his teleport back out and make use of his first cooldown. Blabber, though, on the mini-map, even though they're going for some trades on bottom side, look at the mini-map, because Blabber, after Wolves, has transitioned back to base to get his longsword, and then top crab into top gank here. Impact with the defensive ward does see him, and they'll be able to play accordingly.
Yeah, 2 nice wards actually there. Blabber going to get spotted returning to his jungle as well, so Impact knows that pressure isn't coming. Still has to deal with Summit in the lane. And Summit with the W pop is looking to try and find a solo. He hasn't had many options this game so far, and now they are dancing in the alcove. There's first blood down the bottom side, but it's going to be second blood top. No, not yet. Inspired is here just in time, but Blabber is here for the counter gank, and he takes out Impact with the flag.
Beautiful. He only has eyes for the kill.
What is going on? Bottom side, Jojo's roamed down for one. And now Isles in a 1v2, but Jojo's low.
He's gonna be one if he's not careful.
Jojo just keeps walking over. No, Isles just says, I got it. And now Vulcan, do you have the next one? Out of mana, almost out of health. Isles is low, but Isles can walk away.
Jojo roams down, but only gets a 1-for-1 pastry time. The flash used for that roam as well. This opens up so much for Cloud9 for Twisted Fate. They get kills on top side, they get kills on bottom side. We mentioned for this team comp for Cloud9, they have to snowball early, and they have done just that. This means so much for the texture of this game. elimination game for Cloud9, and they need at all costs to get early advantages for both sides.
Oh, Berserker, you filthy animal! That was sick!
It was only in the picture-in-picture, but Berserker flashes Vulcan's combo, and then JoJo comes down, and he's only able to get a 1-for-1 out of it because Isles tries to peel for him here, and gets the Ignite down onto JoJo. He finishes the job himself. He flashes away from Vulcan to avoid that stun auto that was about to come out. So he pins them against the tower. They get the answer kill. This one, you know that Blabber, all he has to do is ignore Inspired and run straight for the kill because Impact had just used his flash and his body slam. He could not dodge the EQ. So Cloud9, they get victories on both sides of the map. And when that happens, Pastry Time, this opens up all options to you. 1.4 thousand FTX gold.
Yeah, that's massive.
Advantage for them, and Twisted Fate is online. Twisted Fate Ultimate is ready, and he's got flash advantage over the Rise. So the roams are in Cloud9's favor, and the early pushing is in their favor on both sides of the map.
I'll just swap to Ignite as well, so he's ready to go join a party in either of the side lanes here, although about to get his party crashed. Realm Warp in, Fudge walking away, does get rooted up, maybe gonna hold it, but he's gonna have to flash soon. Doesn't want to commit it, knows actually that there's not enough there. Nicely done by Fudge.
And look at the minimap, they're taking the dragon during this attempt mid. So Fudge soaks up the pressure towards mid, and Dragon is coming down to a smite fight. Inspired is here.
Yeah, Inspired though, gonna get jumped on there. Berserker's just gonna try and make it happen. Fudge moving down. Danny's here, but he's gonna be late. Vulcan though, with a two-man pole already in the mix. Berserker low, slain by Vulcan. Danny coming in to sweep it up. Blabber barely holds on to the Dragon, but Cloud9, that is a disaster outside the Dragon fight, and that's gonna be a third kill as well.
Evil Geniuses collects Pastry. That FTX gold advantage is gone.
Yeah, goodbye.
Blabber turned around and got the dragon, but that's all that Cloud9 get off of that play.
Wow. That is Live Evil, the tweet out of Evil Geniuses there.
Good. I want to see a revival of the hashtag Live Evil. Get it done because you are on your way towards Houston. Start talking some smack. Let's see it.
All right, well, JoJo has 2 kills again. I don't know quite how that happened, but once again, JoJo
I know how it happened. It just happened in the dragon fight.
Oh,
and it's gonna happen topside.
Impact 1v1. I mean, it's not gonna be a 1v1, but it might as well be. Danny gonna get the gold. Gwen is immune, but not for too much longer. Carrie's gonna get the gold. Vulcan's ready for the interception, and there's Inspired with the kill.
I really wanted just for the laughs for Vulcan to just take that, smack him right in the tri-brush, but he delivers it over to Inspired. Definitely going to try and help snowball him. If you can get an early Stride Breaker, anybody without a flash. This is why Stride Breaker is always the best mythic on Nocturne. Even after they took out the dash, the slow is so big and keep people within tether range because you have such a big movement speed difference. On the speed of your Q plus on the slow from Stride Breaker, you can force out people's summoner spells so easily, keep them in tether range, and he's going to be extremely threatening as far as the dives go. And EG, we've already seen them execute on a team comp very similar to this one, so you know that you can have confidence in them through the mid-game. Cloud9, they had such a great opening to this one, so much hope. I could feel it in the fans in the stand. And yet, with that one dragon fight, even though Cloud9 got the dragon, so much of that hope washed away, and now everyone back to the edges of their seats. Elimination match here for Cloud9, elimination game. They've got to be able to pull this one off.
And for Cloud9, you can't let up, right? Like, Berserker has a decent individual gold lead, Summit has a very small gold lead, but you have to keep finding picks. You must be proactive with Twisted Fate. You must have Berserker and Isles keep trying to find kills.
And you must, this game, have a successful Summit. Summit is the one on Gwen. Gwen has the most 1v9 potential because of how effective the W is into this team comp. It has to be some money, 2 items on Summit, on Gwen, to be able to pull this one out. Berserker is going to do his best in trying to carry, trying to push on the bottom side here. Lucian, Nami will be able to try and set them up, especially if they can teleport Twisted Fate down there to get that gold card. But one of the biggest thorns in the Cloud9 side has been dealing with the paranoia, dealing with the Nocturne and the Rise roaming around. The mobility on the map and trying to track.
I mean, Inspired already pathing up towards that side of the map. He's got the ulti back. Level 7 Stride Breaker done. They could dive this if they want. They don't know where Blabber is, though they did spot the flag just a moment ago. So Summit, not that safe, but Inspired is pathing back towards the middle of the map.
Where he goes, you have to be worried. The ultimate is very thematic, aptly named here from Nocturne. And with a Rift Herald in hand, when you make your Nocturne play, if you get your successful dive, your kill, you very often will get an entire tower, because taking off an extra person from that side of the map, overloading it with multiple members, that means you'll be able to push on the tower. You can work off the 2 turret plays by hand, pop the Rift Herald, the true damage will finish off the turret, and you just blow open the map for the Nocturne Rise to be able to take advantage of. And it's incredibly important for, here we go.
Dive coming in, 3v3 though, but already very low for Fudge. Slain by Jojo. Vulcan finds the alley-oop. Blabber traps them in the Cataclysm, has to do something as Isles gets a very nice 2-man bubble, but there's no follow-up. That was all defensive.
And that's going to be turret plate knocked off. They've got 3 members of Cloud9 here trying to defend, though. Berserker going to do his best. The cover fire gets them off the turret. There will be no full play.
2v1 though here. Danny down the bottom side alongside Summit. Impact just buying a bunch of time. The exhaust is enough. Summit trying to dash away, but Impact shuts that down.
Not on Impact's watch. Doesn't matter where you are. Top, bottom, it's still going to be a top die. Danny roams down. The Zeri damage helps him complete it, and the EG War Machine continues to hunt Summit.
Jojo senses danger. There is Berserker and Isles in the right side brush, but they're going to pop out now. Jojo gives him his trademark Teemo thumbs up, and Berserker says, hey, I don't like that. Jojo, though, proccing Phase Rush, going to rush away. Actually, doesn't have Phase Rush, just got on out of there.
That's what I like to see. You know, the evolution of emote trading as well. I need Summit to now, or Berserker to bind some emotes to Lucian Dash. So every time you go in or every time you dash away, you've got a different angle on it. Jojo, definitely one of the most confident players that we have in all of the LCS. And he shows it. He lets you know he wants to get inside your head. And now that they have the advantage, the 2-game advantage in this series, it is the best time to leverage those advantages and aggravate your opponents. They've got a 1.6 now thousand gold lead. Cloud9 just with the Dragon in their advantage, trying to deal with this Rift Herald push on top.
Yeah, that was the lead that Cloud9 started with at 6 minutes, under 6 minutes. But top lane going to try and interrupt the play. Here's Fudge looking, but only finds Vulcan. Rift Herald's going to charge, and they're going to go back through. The Everfrost is out, and Cloud9 are on the defensive once again, just having to run away.
And it's because they don't have teleport on Summit, so they're making the call. Guess what? EG, they committed all their resources top. All we have to do is defense here. Nobody get caught.
As you say that, that's a combo after the right through Blabber. Too far forward, Impact shuts that down. And EG are hunting between 2 towers now. Jojo looking for Berserker, who does have Cleanse and Flash. Good cast into the roof, but no one can follow Berserker. Lets the culling rip. But EG, they'll take the tower, they'll take the damage, they'll trade with Summit in bottom side. But this is all good for EG.
It is. It's tragedy for Cloud9. All they had to do at this point, they had avoided the engage, the Nocturne Ultimate, the Realm Warp. All they had to do was not die on top side. Summit will get the bottom turret split pushing, but EG, they get their pick, they get their kill, and they trade the tower. So in the end, they also trade top tower for that. Objectives kind of a wash, plus the extra pick for EG. You see objective bounties not popping up quite yet, but edging towards that way. Cloud9 will get another Dragon, though. They continue Dragon stacking through this whole series. That has been their creed, their motto this entire series. They actually back off because they don't have deep vision. If you would, just toggle vision once again, observers, because the threat of EG exactly here is unknown. And the unknown is not what Cloud9 want a piece of. They know that the Dragons have done nothing for them in the past, and they don't want to risk sticking around. Even though they were not EG members that close, the fog of war is another opponent to deal with.
All right, well, Cloud9, seeing if they can find a way back in. Can they open up a side lane for Summit with Twisted Fate? Can they track Inspired, who's just been constantly ulting people on cooldown? Can they contain Danny? Can they contain Jojo, who's having a breakout playoff series? He has changed so much from the first games we saw from Jojo. It is incredible to watch the growth of a player that is very far from done showing his ceiling.
Meanwhile, it's actually telling that EG, even when they have full control of the map, do not take the Dragon. They let the Cloud Dragon sit. They will take your towers, they will take your gold before anything. The priority on Dragons for EG is zero.
Vulcan looking to set up the play on his own team, and Danny zooms on him from the side. Berserker's gonna get up, but Danny is flashing in. That's an arrow. Berserker is gonna put an end to that shenanigans. And now Summit's in here, Fudge TPing through. Everfrost finds the route. C9 need these picks, and they will find them.
This is their moment. Cloud9 needed to get as much as they possibly can. When you are so far down in a series versus EG, you must strike.
Summit battling Impact. Impact tanky, but not that tanky. Cloud9 though can't dive it.
Now, do they go for a gold themselves? Nobody pushing for these neutral objectives. Nobody pushing for an immediate transition over towards Dragon. Even Cloud9, who were stacking, do not have the priority on it. They try and chase down. They try and pick Gragas there. They're ineffective in being able to get the Gragas. Let's take a look in our flip the switch replay from Roccat though at Vulcan. Straight up the middle. This is why we always prioritize Vulcan on engaged champs. That with the Nocturne does burn down the Lucian close to dying, but close is not enough. Berserker gets away and they punish Danny. He went all in, and this is the moment for Cloud9. Lying in wait. They need to take these opportunities, and so they jump through. They've got one pick, now is 2 kills, and then they have the choice to try and rush down an objective or go for the chase. They tried to get the chase to get some more gold for themselves, unable to do that, which means actually on the reset, they finally pick up the Dragon. Literally nobody wants this Cloud. This is the ugly duckling Cloud. Cloud9 finally go over and get it, but EG are back to pushing waves here and back to pressuring towers. Top side, Danny's already up at it, dealing damage, getting minion waves, and continuing to close the loop.
All right, well, signs of life for Cloud9, but they're going to need a lot more of that, a lot more picks, and EG are just not slowing down. Yes, they went a little too far in mid lane. Yes, we talked up the 2 young EG players, and they both died in the last play, but that does not stop them. In fact, double charge in mid lane does a ton to the mid lane inhibitor tower, so even more places of pressure for EG to play around.
And it just makes so much sense why EG have stuck with this same game plan every single game. Prioritize gold, prioritize experience, and map control. Once again, they lock in the Nocturne Rise. Once they saw the Lucian Twisted Fate from Cloud9, they know you're going to try and play aggressive. They know you're going to try and split the map and have Twisted Fate teleporting. So they get map movements themselves. And when they prioritize taking down all these turrets, the Magician Danny is out. They can take advantage of it. This is why you get these towers down. That means Nocturne and Rise are that much more threatening. You have so much more power in inventory with your items completed. Anathema's Chain is done on Nocturne once again. Last time around he had on Berserker. I'm assuming he will put it on either Berserker or Summit, probably Berserker again this time around. The tenacity reduction is actually really good for Nocturne because does also help out with the fear and everybody else on your team that's trying to dive that carry as well. So damage reduction as well as the tenacity increase really reduce the threat of the carries when you're a dive champion like that, because the only drawback of Anathemas is that you do have to be within 700 range to get that tenacity reduction. Guess what? Nocturne does not have that problem. He's always diving in, will always be in range of those carries, so we'll always be able to get that extra effectiveness for you.
Oh, very clinical here for EG, just playing to the TF right now. The Cloud9 are answering. Again, Cloud9 forced to play pretty defensively here. EG are going to sweep through the jungle. How far will they go, though? Going to sweep out this vision. Vulcan moving forward. Going to get himself stunned up, but the root does land. The ulti's out of the first stun, but he does get out safely.
And critically, you see how quickly Cloud9 pull back? They get out the Nocturne ultimate. Vision denial and the possibility of that dive has been the biggest thing that they have tried to combat. Danny, over the wall, gets away from the exhaust, but Blabber is on his trail.
There's a tower there as well. There's the gold card rapid fire. Just got finished with Fudge. Blabber's there. Danny's going to try and fight his way out, but he can't do it. Jojo, in the meantime, though, is going to take the tower that the Rift Tower charged on earlier.
And this is the benefit of always pushing 3 lanes for EG. They get the inhibitor tower and bottom secondary here under attack from Impact and Jojo. They probably won't be able to finish it in time as there are hex gates on the map. They
will indeed escape. Blabber takes out the control ward. Jojo gives a thumbs up on the exit. But TP committed for Cloud9, Ultimate from Twisted Fate committed for Cloud9 just to get 1 kill and still lose a tower in mid.
I love the focus on pressure from Evil Geniuses. This whole series, they have constantly prioritized pushing out these waves, constantly pressuring towers, using teleports for these tempo plays to keep up the pace on your opponent so that every recall costs you something. If you go back to base, if you have one less person on the map, guess what? They're pushing harder. They're trying to expose you to more Nocturne ultimates split on these different lanes, or else you get what we just saw. If you're able to even effectively pick off one of the split pushers like Danny in the last case, then you lose out inhibitor turret and half of the HP of bottom turret. So EG, they create the scenarios where they still will get some reward even if one of their members gets picked off there. And Danny knowingly did not use any summoner spells in trying to escape. So he still has everything for the next pick that they make or the next team fight.
Fudge even swapped to Cleanse here, knows that he's vulnerable in the side lane here, just trying to catch the waves and push things out, get a little bit of pressure. There is a dragon up in 40 seconds. It would push Cloud9 to Soul Point once again this series.
I think this one, since it's so easy for EG to set up, and the Hextech Dragons are much more valuable, and Hextech Soul is very valuable, so I would assume that this one, they would pick it up if EG do not actually contest them at it, but Cloud9 are running straight through.
No vision though. EG have done a nice job of blinding them of this portion of the river. Also, mid-out is still up and very healthy, so Cloud9 just have very little room to work with here. They're bold as 5, they can't really do any side lane pressure. Blabber's Flag will spot a couple, but you gotta fight front to back, and I'm not sure they want to, but you are gonna be forced to. Ultimate goes in from Nocturne, they're after Summit actually. Gwen Bubble goes up, but impacted to the backline, trying to make it happen. Jojo straight into the middle of the enemy team. Stasis is there, Falcon finds the combo on the backline, but Blabber barely misses onto Jojo. And Danny once again is ripping through Cloud9, he's got himself a double. EG starting to sense it.
Jojo on the line there. He's Zonia's. He survives. They're not done. Berserker with Nami trying to pull something out of a hat here for
Danny, what a play. Ulti still ticking. Flash it past the CC, still queuing them. There's the stun, but they can't follow up, and Vulcan with the flank is finding another. Fudge is going to have to TP away, and EG going to go for Baron now.
Hashtag live evil. They're headed for Houston pastry time. EG are putting Cloud9 in the dirt. What a difference in that fight. 2 Zonias. Jojo Pyun down to 50 HP. Also, Summit whittled down to 50 HP. And yet, on exit from the Zonias, Jojo survives, Summit does not. Let's take a look here. Right in on him. Inspired just dives right in with the spell shield, with the fear on top of Summit, chunks him down so low. And you see, on the top side, the Gragas plus Rise engage keeps them all busy. Vulcan with the secondary engage onto Berserker. They denied so much damage possibility that Summit got whittled down. He got taken out on the other side. We're back out to live.
Yeah, once again, looks like Summit is getting dove by Inspired. Summit's going to live to tell the tale this time. Stun lands onto Gragas. Not that tanky impact. It's going to be burst down. One more shot needed. Are you kidding me?
They can't do it. Summit also chunked down so heavily. They both have Unleashed teleports, though. Summit uses his first. Impact will get back to base. He will use his Unleashed teleport to get right back out, too. They want to throw everything at this Soul Point.
Gotta get the dragon. EG know it, though, and there's the TP ward is very nicely placed for Impact to return to the fight. Jojo gonna let it rip. Vulcan there in the front line, but the ulti is ticking. Danny on a rampage. Takes out the jungle, and now the dragon's loose. Summit knocked around, but EG don't care about the objective. They want the kills. They want the gold. Danny gets a double. EG take the dragon away. And that is basically putting to bed Cloud9's chance in this series. But Berserker in the brush is going to get one. But now feed up by Inspired. Now going to be killed off by Danny. Call it a triple kill because that's what it is. EG can seemingly do no wrong. And they're going to get a 4th kill as well. A 5th kill perhaps. Danny with the unofficial penta. Not this time. No, he gets it. That's another unofficial Zeri penta.
And that is gonna be a Baron for Evil Geniuses. Wait, Blabber's back alive. Summit will be back alive. The contest is possible here for Cloud9. So EG opt to just take their entire jungle. Plenty of wards around here left for them to pick off too. The hope of the steal for Blabber is there. Jarvan can always blast cone in, can EQ in. EG aren't even gonna give them the possibility of a flip though. they'll just marginally increase their gold leads, take away the jungle, leave Cloud9 with nothing left to do. 6.2 thousand now, the gold lead. EG go for their resets, and they refocus on pushing those minions out. Danny gets teleported on, though. He's got everybody in his face.
3 items here for the Zeri. No flash, does have the exhaust, rides away to safety. Not safe enough, though. There's a shutdown. They desperately needed that. The TP as well. Perfectly timed, and Jojo's gonna die.
The Baron! This could be the comeback, Pacey time. There is life in Cloud9 yet. At the precipice of being eliminated from spring playoffs, Cloud9 find the picks. They kill Danny, they kill Jojo. They kill the young talent. They take the carries off the map, and they will take the Baron unless Inspired can pull off a miracle
There's
steal.
no way. No ult, no flash. you cannot take this Baron as Inspired.
They're trying to get something here with a top tower, but it might cost even Impact his life. Gragas is mobile, but Gragas will be pinned inside the enemy base. Can Cloud9 also chase down the Gragas? That would be a desynced death timer if they can find it. Cloud9, this would be a way to chain back their victories, but they can't close in Impact. So it is just the top tower. EG will get some gold in exchange for that Baron, but Cloud9 have life within them. They've got hope.
They do, and Cloud9 desperately need that at this juncture. Berserker, 3 items done. Fudge, Zhonya's done now as well. And probably most importantly, Summit finally at the 2-item mark on this Gwen.
And critically, he's got another carry to his back. Berserker, 3-item power spike here. He's got Mav Malmortius extra shield to help him with all of this magic damage. So as long as Inspired, who has been going on Summit, does not take down Berserker, then Berserker can be that extra threat that they need.
Look at how safe they're playing. That was like everyone was there with the Baron up cannon. Cloud9's like, nope.
Do you fault them?
No, not at all.
With what has happened this game, it is understandable. Realm Warp, Nocturne, Ultimate. Gragas has flash as well here for Impact. They are itching to make that play. Fudge with the first move.
They know a recall just happened as well.
Nocturne Ultimate down, huge for the team fight. No vision denial, no guaranteed dive. This will be Cloud9 getting more gold back.
Yep, nice for Cloud9. Very patient there. Summit with the sweeper. Spotted Impact recalling because he knew he was in a brush, and he suddenly disappeared and Inspired. Burning the ulti gives Cloud9 the confidence to step forward and chip away at still a very significant gold lead out of Evil Geniuses.
Breathe deep here for Cloud9. They are holding on, white-knuckling this series, white-knuckling playoffs right now with all of their strength. Evil Geniuses are still remaining calm, though, and this is such an important thing to see from a team that does have very young members. They also, though, supplemented those young members in the creation of this team, of this roster, with very, very, very veteran members. Impact on the team, always such a strong shot caller for every team he's ever been on, pulling Vulcan away from Cloud9, getting him the possibility of this vengeance match against his old organization. These are 2 of the best shot callers that we have in all of the LCS. And it shows in the demeanor of Evil Geniuses. Even when there is all this pressure, even when they are so close to finishing the game, they're always focusing on that next little advantage that they can get. Okay, they made a mistake. They gave up 2 kills and gave up Baron, but in that time, Impact was able to get back a single turret. It's those small things that you see in these big moments that mean the difference for a team that is really looking to win the LCS.
Big grid checked over Cloud9 as Inspired's gonna ride on in. The engage looks good, but they're maybe gonna turn it back around. Jojo is very tanky, but Berserker is gonna cull most of his health, and Danny is on it once again. Viper's gonna have to run. Summit as well, has the ghost, but doesn't pop it. Does get slow, but he should be okay. EG, though, setting up for this dragon, continuing to take things away from Cloud9.
And this is a very low-value dragon, honestly. This is, okay, soul point for Cloud9, but it's 30 minutes into the game, so the soul doesn't come that quickly. I would not risk anyone's life for this dragon. However, it looks like we might have a full commitment. Ryze has Unleashed Teleport. He could flank right in front of him.
Impact again, very scary here as the ulti as well. EG trying to move their way back in. Cloud9 have to navigate carefully. That's the route there from Jojo. Vulcan finds a double blabber. Gets in, gets out with the Cataclysm, but Cloud9 are going to be sent packing back to their Nexus. Summit finally dead, C9 with no health left to speak of, and EG, they're just going to keep on going, brute forcing through. That could be it. EG find 4 kills.
That's going to be EG taking the dragon, and they will run rampant through Cloud9's base. Vulcan is on the hunt.
Oh, gets a kill. Fudge does find one back, but Danny, no ulti active, doesn't go over, but Impact. The walls are closing in around Cloud9. They're going to take so much, if not the Nexus.
Yeah, they're going to go for the end here. Vulcan says after all this time, he gives one back to Fudge, one back to Cloud9, but EG will still be taking so much. Blabber, 15 seconds though. Summit, 11 seconds.
5 seconds on Isles. It's close. EG leave.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet for Evil Geniuses. And again, you have to remain calm, remain poised, even when you are so close to ending this series, so close to earning your spot in Houston. Evil Geniuses go for the reset.
And I mean, look, you can see how important Danny is in this game. 10-4 on this series, massively scaled up. Even Inspired, who's now moonlighting as a YouTuber, has the notification bell ready to Mikhail's Danny out of trouble.
I actually love it here. Full support of Nocturne. He's popping his ultimate over and over for cover, using the denial from the darkness to stop some plays. He is also not concerned with being the one to get any of these kills, not building any of the damage. You know, I love, supportive builds like this in pro play. In solo queue, I would never do this. Never, never, never. But because of how fed Danny is, okay, great. Get him a Mikhail's. Get your anathemas to put more tenacity reduction on opponent carries. Slap that thing on Berserker so that Berserker gets CC'd forever.
All right, Cloud9 still holding on, but it is going to be a very tough ride to the finish line as EG do pop the Nocturne ulti again, but Summit's already in the mix. Gonna get feared up though, barely misses the tether, I believe. And Cloud9 now gonna re-engage. Danny is gonna be the target, but Blabber's maybe gone too far forward. He has to flush out. The ult from Impact does pop Blabber back in, but Vulcan's dived on in. He's got ulti though. Not gonna matter too much, but Fudge does get the kill. Summit now going back through. Cloud9 fighting tooth and nail to try and save this game. Berserker gets exhausted. Danny's still unleashed, and that's gonna be it. Danny should have it here, but no. What's this? Fudge summoning Cloud9 still dancing, the stun lands in, Fudge can't get it. Danny once again, so big on the Zeri, he's gonna force Isles away, and Danny's gonna waltz on through to try and end the game, but Isles will escape.
Danny flashed over the wall to get in here even faster. Patriots, Danny versus the Nexus turrets, and their turrets don't stand a chance.
Isles, can he do anything here? He's just got so little to play with. It's literally the Fed Zeri versus one Nami. One little fish in a very, very big pond, and the bubble lands, but it's not enough. Here's Blabber, though, to try and save the day, and Danny, in style, will vault over the Nexus and push North America's new hope, new talent, new team into top 3.
Take a bow, Evil Geniuses, every member. 3-0 with confidence. Danny getting cheers from the crowd. We question, how are the younger players going to deal with live crowds? Well, they love it, pastry time. That's how they deal with it. And guess what? There's going to be a bigger crowd waiting for you. The biggest, biggest in the history.
You thought this was fun, Danny and JoJo, just you wait. Booking their tickets over. EG will finish at least top 3, but they have their eyes set on the organization's first trophy in the LCS.
And what it would mean for Evil Geniuses. We have talked about franchising and the success of 100 Thieves. And for EG to come in as another one of those franchise teams being formed, working diligently year after year here, split after split, trying to craft this combination of veteran players to lead the way for the next generation of the younger players, and to be able to make their way to Houston as well would be so big for the organization.
Looking good. Cloud9, unfortunately, it was only sweeps in their playoff run. 3-0s or 0-3s, Cloud9 will bow out for the first time in a while here in spring, but EG more than earned it this series, looking incredible. A team that had looked great in lock-in, right? And then looked a little shaky throughout the regular season. Everyone had the question, we know they're good, but can they put it together consistently? The answer after that series is a resounding yes, Kobe.
Every team in the LCS this split, besides 100 Thieves, made big roster changes. So every team was projecting some sort of growth pattern, some sort of curve. Nobody knew how they were going to go. Everybody had their ups and downs. Everybody had their turns this split and their learning processes. And EG have come out ahead of the pack.
Yeah.
They are heading to Houston and well-deserved. Congratulations. It'll be fun to see them on that stage, getting ready now as well for the interview.
I'm looking back.
After yesterday's interview, I'm ready for a banger.
Yes. I'm ready for some spice. I believe we have a little bit of a delay while we wait for a player, but we'll get them on stage and get you to them as soon as we can. I think there's something you mentioned, though, feels so important to me. These young players stepping up when they see crowds for the first time, when the pressure gets on. Like the thing you always worry with talented young players is that you will fold under pressure. And the opposite has happened to Jojo and Danny, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, too, the commitment to work ethic for both of them, from the very beginning, Jojo was one of the biggest grinders of Champions Queue, which I feel like is such an important factor. And Danny very publicly had a lot of criticisms for it, but after the post, he then also dedicated himself to almost every single day that week to playing as well, to grinding away as well, and work ethic is rewarded.
Yep, certainly looks like it after that series. We'll be talking